Greetings, Skill Incarnate bringing you all the latest indie gaming goodness. Welcome back as we look at another indie game. This time we're checking out Ved. This game comes from small developer Karaclan and is published by my friends at Fulqrum Publishing. These guys are behind the iconic World War II strategy series Men of War. Ved is a mix of turn-based fantasy RPG and visual novel, mixing a hand-drawn art style, branching narrative and multiple endings. The game's artwork was what initially drew my interest, despite the story being a little disjointed and confusing in the opening act. But if you stick with it, it gets a lot better the further you get into the campaign. We're going to check out some of the game now as we delve into the magical world of Ved. As I mentioned in the opening of the video, the introduction of the game is a little bit dry, so I've skipped to where things start to get interesting. We are Cyrus, a young man, a student who is just going out into the world, who's discovered his magical ability. We live in a world where technology and magic are in constant conflict, and our actions over the campaign will shape that conflict as well as all the people who are involved. Now we're fairly normal, apart from being partially blind, which is going to play into the game's narrative as well as the art style. The game's branching narrative requires us to make a number of decisions, and even the smallest one can have a ripple effect through the whole campaign. We're going to get out of bed. Being lazy earns us nothing. We can go and have a look around the house. The wooden slats of glass inserts do nothing to ward off the draft or traffic outside. Here is our small bookshelf and our old fridge. Now we live with our aunt. We've just arrived in the city and we're trying to get ourselves a job. Time for a hearty breakfast.
What was I dreaming of? Rustling crimson leaves, black ground, an azure sky. So very inviting. No, why now? Couldn't they have come 10 minutes later? Who could it be? And Xena? Too early, and she always has her key with her. What a drag, having to rush to the door to talk to some stranger.
Now we're going to be nice. We're going to go and talk to the visitor. The front entrance, a carved metal handle, separates the cozy microcosm of the apartment from the great beyond.
Okay, I must be at the door.
Hey, what's taking so long? Are you in the shower?
Hello, Mr.
Cyrus, if you please.
Cyrus?
Yes, that's my name.
But what about Mr.?
Fine, Mr. Cyrus.
Is this a joke? What Mr. Cyrus? I need Mr. Timms.
Mr. Timms, eh? Sounds vaguely familiar.
So he's not here?
No, it's just me.
You?
Well, Aunt Xena too. I'm staying with her for a bit.
That's strange. I was told this was the residence of...
Oh, now I remember. Aunt told me yesterday that Mr. Timms is our upstairs neighbor. An academician living right above us.
That's a shame. Well, then...
So now we can choose how we want to develop our relationship with the mysterious girl. I want to find out more about Mr. Timms.
You have some business with the professor?
I was just told to give him this book and pink lilies on the occasion of his recent birthday.
If you like, I could pass him the presents as soon as he gets back.
Oh, that would be great. Here you go. An encyclopedia and flowers. What about the flowers?
The flowers? Oh, Mr. Timms returns in 2 weeks.
Okay, so we can be nice and we can tell her to keep the flowers, because they're not going to do us any good.
Consider them a token of my gratitude for all your trouble, your time, and effort.
Thanks. I adore lilies. It's such a blessing to have kind and selfless people such as yourself in the world.
Don't mention it.
Bye now.
Take care. I should get back inside before the apartment gets too chilly. She sure has a beautiful voice. I wonder if we'll ever meet again. Unlikely. But what if I rush after her right now and say something?
Now we can try and pursue her. I guess, we'll try and be friendly.
Why not? It may work. Okay. Just gotta get up. I'll just run to the window, facing the road, and shout after her. Hey, hey, hey! Young lady who is here to see Mr. Timms, are you there? Running out there blindly won't work. I should have gotten her phone number and address. And now what do I have? Nothing but Mr. Timms' presence.
Stop yelling, you imbecile!
Okay, we can be rude, but I think we'll play it safe.
Some town. Can't look out the window without someone bugging you. Can't a man have himself a little holler?
Shut your whiny trap. Go do something useful.
What's there to do here? Sleep, eat, listen to audio lectures? Now I'll never hear her speak again. Not about her friends, not about what makes her happy and sad. What are you talking about? Still brooding about that cute stranger? I'll never touch her hand to see if it's warm or cool. Won't find out what she likes, which croissant she likes best, chocolate or butterscotch. Are you kidding? But why fret about it anyway? Even if you had her phone number, address, and name, it wouldn't change a thing. 'Cause look at yourself. What do you amount to now? A nobody. Some guy visiting from Camera with a diploma in tow, and as of yet, unemployed. No income, no car, and let's face it, no friends. And completely lacking independence. First, get a job and earn your keep. And then you can dare to invite a girl out, or give her flowers. Then you'll be someone she's not embarrassed to show to her parents. Those ubiquitous rooksters are always bugging me.
Cyrus! Cyrus!
Okay, so the Rooksters are a magical creature that come from the alternate world, one which we will be visiting soon. Let's see what he wants.
What do you want? Shoo.
Cyrus! Cyrus! Hurry! We need your help!
What the hell is that? Now and then, you'd hear a rookster say a word or two. Something that has picked up like a parrot. But never blabbing like this.
There's a fire! Everything is burning! Cyrus! Hurry! To the rescue!
Is someone in there?
Yes! A stupid boy left the gas stove on!
Okay, so we can call the firemen, or we can take matters into our own hands. Now, we're meant to be a hero, so nothing ventured, nothing gained. We're going to go and try and help him in person.
The front door is locked. I'll try to get through the window.
Cyrus! Don't be stupid! You'll get both yourself and him killed! Leave this to the firemen!
No, we're going to help.
I can handle this myself.
You're crazy! At least grab the metal beam directly overhead!
Gasping for breath, you move through noxious fumes, filling the entire space. You struggle to find a way, stepping over burning embers. We'll go straight. Your head is spinning, mind swimming, tactile receptors going numb. Straight ahead again. Amid the crackling and roaring flames, you can hear the chaotic clattering of a computer keyboard punctuated with grunts. Man, I mean, I'm into games, but even I think I'd stop if my house was burning down.
Yeah, take that. There, that'll teach you. Huh, I can almost smell them burning up in there. Up in smoke. Wait. Fire! Damn it, what the? Who's that guy? Whoa, hey, your coat's on fire. Wait, let me help. Grab the computer and let's get out of here.
Now, some people might think the act of saving your computer is a waste of time in a life-threatening situation. Clearly, you've never had a gaming PC, so relax, sir. I am here to gather what is most important.
Fine, but hurry up.
Here, take this and come with me. Move it!
What was that?
Oh, no. This clunky cupboard's blocking the only exit, and the flames are about to get in. Hurry, to the bathroom, before it all burns down.
The tiled walls and floor are fire resistant, but a tiny vent does little to clear the clouds of pernicious smoke. You've never stared death in the face like this before, and you're hoping and praying for the firemen to come soon. Your body is going limp from the lack of oxygen, knees buckling. Your consciousness plunges into the abyss, engulfed in darkness.
It's all so vivid. As if this world is way more real than the real one.
And here, in the midst of the accident, we find ourselves in the magical world, where we can explore and learn more about our new abilities. Now we get to cut loose, testing out our magical powers for the first time. We teleport around the floating islands, and we can run into enemies, items, and in this case, a brand new weapon.
A whisper is louder than screams, and oblivion is sweeter than heavenly trumpets. No, don't give up. Remember, you're a warrior with an iron will, breaking down walls for a noble cause. Wait, he's bound to come. He will come. Yes, you will see. If only he turned up now. I'd clamor with joy. At last! I've been waiting for you for ages! Cyrus from Kamara. Alas, he's not here. And who knows how many more years I'll have to wait before meeting him.
Who's speaking?
Who are you? What are you doing in my head?
I am justice. I am the balance that wards off disasters. I am the spirit leading you into battle and on to victory.
So which one are you? Balance or spirit?
An artifact. Isn't it obvious?
Very informative.
What power? What energy? Wait. So you're Cyrus? Cyrus from Kamara?
I'm he. So now what?
Now, on to victories! Great feasts! Fate has finally brought us together. From now on, we're brothers. I am your conduit to beyond, and you're my guide through the human world. Cyrus from Kamara is a master for life, a custodian unto death.
So we've got our hands on a brand new sword and we're about to test it out in our first battle.
Hey Cyrus, are you ready?
Ready for what?
For battle! Haven't you fought in a war before?
Yeah, sure. In a war for survival, do playground tussles count?
Close enough.
Is that sarcasm? Got any advice for me?
Just hold on tight for now, and bit by bit, you'll get a hang of it.
Well, not the most useful advice, but I guess we're going to learn by doing. Thankfully, our first enemy is not a super hard one to master. This particular enemy can attack us in 3 different points, from the right, from the left, and in the center. You can see that depending on the location of your character in relation to where they're going to hit from, that determines A, their hit chance, and B, how much damage you're going to take. So in this case, it's obvious we want to try and move to the left, which is exactly what I'm going to do. We've only got 1 action point, so I'm going to use that to evade. Actually, I might have a different move. I may move to the right because I want to attack his head. we did take a bit of damage, but because I wasn't dead center, I'm actually going to take some damage if I stay here though. I have 2 action points though, so I'm going to move to the left. And we're going to move to the left again. Now he's going to attack from the right again. We do have 3 action points, so let's use those. And, oh, okay, we're going to try and stay away from where the strike point's going to be. He has hit us, so I'm just going to go all out. We're going to attack the head. We're going to take this guy down as fast as I can. Now he has healed, but I think that if we continue focusing on the head, we will kill him. Excellent. So the first battle was a bit of an introduction to the game. It teaches the basics, and as you can see, it's all about positioning and all about working out which of your abilities to use at which time. And also their side effect is whether you're moving left, right, or remaining stationary.
Happy to oblige.
Wait, and where's the spirit? Usually, once the body is destroyed, the spirit should have remained here. But now it's nowhere to be found. As if you've absorbed its energy and set it free.
No idea what you're talking about.
I have to show you to my grandfather. Do you mind teleporting us out to that glowing twig?
So we're now going to head over to Dawn, which is going to be our base of operations.
Is that a man? A homunculus?
No, Grandpa. He's a warrior, a wizard, a gatherer.
Gathering energy. We should make sure. Anyway, welcome to Dawn.
By dawn, do you mean that glowing twig?
That's no twig. It's a newly sprouting tree of life. See if you can channel some of your energy into constructing a building. It'll help our tree, and you as well.
Now here we have to build our first building, and we don't have a lot of choice on what to build, because everything else costs more than the magical energy that we've got. So let's just stick with the Courage Square.
The Tree of Life is a source of infinite energy. Even its fallen leaves emit light, illuminating our homes and sanctuaries.
Now I've got a new ability, and I'm going to place that on my ability tree, which means when we're in the center of the screen, or center right, we can use this ability, which is going to do double damage, and it's going to move us to the left. Not too bad.
Well, this is all well and good. Trees, magic. But how do I get back home? Back to my world?
Go to the Scarlet Groves. There you'll find the sapphire shards of the altars of the ancients. Their energy will suffice to carry you home. But remember this, your true home is here.
Sorry, my man, we need to get home. I don't want to be stuck here forever. So now we will test our new ability. We have a few choices to fight. I believe of the two, this is definitely the easier one. Because this particular enemy doesn't have a regeneration ability. Now we can also use a ritual to increase their magical power. And why would we do that? Because that means that if we can defeat their upgraded form, we get more magic energy. Which is exactly what we want right now. So again, it's all about positioning, he's going to attack from the right, so I'm going to move to the left. And I'm going to focus on removing one of his limbs. That's going to reduce his attack power. I've got two abilities. Now he's going to attack from both sides. I've got three attacks, so that was a miss, unfortunately. I am going to... I'm going to take a hit no matter what. It is what it is. Yeah, this guy's tough and he's going to keep wailing on me, so I want to try and focus on that limb if I can. Got two more attacks. Let's finish off big. Ooh, our health is not good. But the gamble paid off. So we've got a bunch of energy, which is going to help us in our next battle. But I'm going to hang on to my mana because I want to head back home, and then I want to take on the other boss in the area to the right and gather enough energy because I know what's coming up, and it's an enemy with a great amount of regeneration ability. So I have one particular ability I want to get that's going to counter that. This is going to be a tough fight. So I'm going to try and focus on, again, removing at least one of his limbs or damaging it to the point where he can't attack us. This is going to hurt. I don't have any ability to regenerate, so... But that's okay. We're just going to keep wailing on him. Boom. Now that's one of his arms that's been destroyed. That is going to do a ton of damage, so I need to move out of the path. I only have one attacker left. So let's move. As you can see though, he can't attack with his left arm. I have damaged him, and that's disarmed his weapon, his sword. So I've now disarmed his other arm with the area attack spell, and he is not helpless, but his ability to damage me is greatly diminished. Now you can see by controlling his ability to hurt me, it's really limiting the amount of direct damage he can do. Let's hit him again. Now he's going to do some damage. That's going to do damage. Ooh, okay, our best move is to move to the right, which is exactly what I'm going to do. Hopefully I will miss that sword swing. Oh, not good, not good. We have to move to the left again. Oh, and it appears that attack has killed him outright. So we've got a very, very nice stash of magical energy, and I'm going to use that to buy an upgrade that's going to give us a great boon in the next fight. Now you might think that's healing, and healing is something I'm going to be getting next, but for now, this is Needles of Hate. The next attack will cause damage to the hero, but also to the enemy. This is basically a Thorn's Aura. And let me tell you, early game...
Just how threatening our favorite medicinal mushrooms can look.
Early game, this is This is a game changer. It is a really, really useful skill. So I'm going to put it right at the center, and we're also going to apply it right. Excellent. Now you're going to see why I got that in a moment. Now here we have a stone, and these are various cans that we can try our luck and see if we can get a bonus. It's all luck based. Beautiful. Double health and shield. We'll take that. So that is going to be a very powerful boon in our next fight. Now these little guys don't look too threatening, but let me tell you, their ability to duplicate makes them incredibly dangerous. And that's why I've got my secret weapon, vampiric abilities. The Aura of Revenge will mean that any attack that lands on me will do a corresponding amount of damage to the enemy. As you can see, we're focusing on doing distributed damage to everything. Again, vampiric aura. Now, unfortunately, the vampiric aura is not going to solve all of our problems, but it is going to make it very hard for them to kill me. And I'm going to... Well, I want to really use Breach, but I can't. We're going to get attacked from all directions. There's not much I can do here. So all I can do... use this magical attack. Now, as you can see, they are taking a lot of damage, so I'm going to continue moving to the right, continue relying on that vampiric attack, and hope that my life can outlast their damage. This fight was a really nasty one. I couldn't do it initially, and then I managed to luck out. There is a large amount of luck that's involved in this. Now, unfortunately, we probably lost this fight. It is what it is. But I'm going to make him hurt. Unfortunately, it's a luck game sometimes. But when you die, you don't get any sort of penalty. You can go back and you can attempt the fight again. So I think this might be a bit rough. I think we may just rather than getting an additional enemy spawning, we will have to take a smaller boon, but I need to win this fight to get to the next section of the game. We can gather some more magical energy. And as I recall, I ended up having to take a less mana from these guys because they're an incredibly dangerous enemy without the right abilities. Because as you can see, they're just going to keep replicating, keep duplicating, and even with this damage reflection ability, they wore me out, they wore me down. So I'm just going to try, see how we go. That seems to have done pretty well. I have one more ability left. I'm going to use Vampirism because I'm going to get hit no matter what. Excellent. So I think on our second attack, I'm not going to use vampirism. I'm just going to go for a straight attack. We have 3 goes to kill these guys. I can't afford to miss. Nope, we're gonna. One more attack. This is going to determine whether we can win. 20% miss. No, I can't afford that. Okay. Now that's a pretty tough fight and we've won. I didn't get all the energy I wanted, but what I can do now is move back to home and buy the other ability I desperately need, which is going to be healing.
Before, me knows only one medicine plant, purple lantern mushrooms. Now, me knows 2.
So now, in addition to vampirism, my Thorns aura, I can now heal myself. So we're going to put a healing spell on the left, and we have room for one more on the right. So when I'm on the left hand side and the right hand side, I can use the healing ability as well as the Thorns aura. And when I'm in the center, I can focus on damage. As you can see, there's an element of luck in this game. Some of the battles you have to try a few times, and because there's no real downside to being killed, you will have to try some battles several times to win.
What are you doing here?
I'm watching you to keep our ruler informed of what you're up to.
What ruler? You're just a feathered pest.
Crow King! Crow King!
The king of the Rooksters?
The Rooksters are mighty beings. We're royalty.
Now, it very rarely pays to be rude, so I'm gonna be civil.
Up in the air. You're indeed unmatched.
I see you know what you're talking about. But just you wait. The Rooksters will one day rule the earth as they do the sky. Crow King will be pleased with you. Happy trails, wayfarer.
Thank you, friend, and I've got a extra boon to my luck just for being nice. Now I can teleport to an area where I can improve my friendship, or I can pick a random direction. So I guess let's roll a dice, shall we?
Believe me, he's not so easy to handle. They're ready to go to great lengths in the name of their crazy idea.
So, you think they pose an actual threat to us, and we should act immediately? Or these crazies will work up Micropolites into a panic?
I completely agree with you, but we need to be discreet. We have to keep track of them and maintain contact to preclude any insane antics.
Bear in mind, Mr. Timms, I won't be involved in any of that. We'll continue being responsible for it.
Yes, of course. I'll keep you abreast of all the developments.
But if something goes awry, I won't be investigating who's at fault and who may have been misled. I have better things to do.
Okay, Knox. I understand you perfectly. I think that covers it. Time to go. Being late is not my style.
Have a nice evening.
Thanks, I intend to. And you have a pleasant vacation.
I doubt I will. Bye now.
Okay, I think they're wrapping up.
Now I have teleported into the Impulse Corporation. This place is a study of magical abilities. So obviously I have a great degree of value for them, and I have to choose whether I want to hide or whether I want to reveal myself. Now I'm thinking hiding is not really going to help us in a place where we've got a lot of high-tech gadgets. I'm just going to make myself comfortable.
My word. How did you get into my office?
Am I imagining? Or is there a note of glee in his voice? along with the astonishment of my sudden visit.
Well, don't just freeze up like a rabbit in headlights. I asked you how you got in here.
Now I could lie. I could say I'm a thief, or I could insult him. I'm going to stick with a lie, because it seems like the best option at the moment.
I'm your fan, and I wanted to check out your office.
A fan?
Seriously, I admire you. I'm always struck by your wit and gumption.
You sure you haven't been sent by my competitor to gather some intel? Although never mind. Impulse has no real competition. We're years ahead of everyone else on the market, but I still want to know how. How did a guy who looks like he just rolled out of bed ended up in my office? Apparently getting past all the latest security systems and plopping right at my desk. Why so, Mom? Please humor me and help me solve this riddle.
If I do, will you let me go?
Go where?
Home.
Ha ha ha. You don't cease to amaze me. It all depends on your response, but do spare me any lies. I'll get to the bottom of this one way or another.
Yeah, I'm not going to lie, some of the voice actors in the game, it feels like they may have used a bit of AI in the script, but it's not a huge amount. At least the main character doesn't seem to be, but certain characters like Nox, just the robotic way that the text comes out can be a bit disjointed sometimes. I'll tell the truth.
I'm not really sure, but I think I was racing across some floating islands.
But you couldn't have fallen in here out of the sky. This is an office with a roof over it. Did you teleport in here? Okay, let's try this a different way. Do you remember anything at all?
Yes, the multiplication table, the 5 laws of Gelrario, and the fundamentals of technological legislation. I just recently moved to Micropolis to get a job.
How nice. But can you recall anything from the most recent period of your life?
Yes, there was a fire. Some kid was stuck in a burning apartment. I rushed over to help, and then crackling, fire, smoke. It's all a blur after that. Like a hallucination. And then there was a flash of light. And here I am.
Fascinating. Has this ever happened to you before?
No.
A change of location and climate zones, soon followed by shock, mortal danger, adrenaline rush, and then... Yes, that could be. You said something about looking for a job? Look no further. You just landed yourself a position at the best corporation in existence.
Just like that? You haven't even seen my diploma.
You're exactly what we need.
And what is it about me?
You really still don't get it? You possess a supernatural ability. Teleportation.
So what do I do with this superpower? I'm now responsible for saving the world, crushing villains, protecting the innocents, and crushing more villains. And then I rescue a girl. Well, first, find one, and then rescue her.
Huh. Don't worry. That kind of stuff only happens in movies. Your life will be nothing like it. You'll have a good job, stable income, family and friends, all living happily and prosperously. You won't have to fight any supernatural monsters, but you'll be doing your part in helping to preserve law and order. Many of our technologies make innovative use of magic. We divert and streamline it in a way that improves and facilitates people's lives. If you take your time to explore your abilities and, together with us, channel them appropriately, you'll go on to accomplish great things. Humanity needs folks like you.
Yeah, that does sound pretty interesting, and the appeal of being able to learn to channel my abilities is very tempting. I don't really see a downside to this, at least at the moment.
I agree. When do we sign a contract?
Not so fast. First, you'll need to go through training. That's a requirement for joining our workforce. But believe me, you have what it takes to ace it with flying colors.
Okay.
You're probably right. That is what I want.
Of course, I'm right. Just as I always am. You may as well get used to that. It'll make your job here easier. Meet me tomorrow at 8 a.m. at room 122. Don't be late. Now get up, Mr.
Cyrus.
Follow me, Mr. Cyrus. I'll see you out so the guards won't stop you. Yes, I'm here. What? Have you lost your mind? I'll be right there. I have one possible solution. A particular individual. Okay, I'll get back to you. Cyrus, I have a job for you. Quick, come with me. Watch your step. Now listen to me, Cyrus, and no questions. You've already heard of magic, and you're about to come face to face with one of its manifestations. An ancient relic, a stone slab, The Seal of Wisdom from a Vedic temple. I suspect it's reacting to coming in contact with live magic. Your teleportation. It has just sprung a force field. Here we are. Let's go. Apart from the unsanctioned activation of the Relic, there's been a theft of several essential components. If you know something about that, I'd really appreciate any information.
I know nothing about that.
All the better for both of us. Now regarding your assignment here, you can probably hear that strange hum, right? That's the sound of an impassable force field, which I believe you'll have no trouble traversing. You're like an electron to a positively charged ion. Once the field lets you through, you'll need to touch the seal and stabilize it by rebalancing the charge. Our agents will handle the rest.
I mean, we don't have much choice, so I guess we're going to help him out.
Got it. I'll do it.
So now we have a choice of where we want to venture. The moment your fingers touch the monolith, an electrical current runs through them. Voices can be heard, distorted but unmistakably human.
But before I leave, let's discuss the business that you called me here for. Finn, did you want to tell us something?
Well, I wouldn't call it business, more of an interesting initiative.
Okay, get to the point.
So this was in the park behind the store, not far from where Mr. Timms lives. Anyway, I found a curious rock. Until recently, it was a base for a table made from some wooden planks, with benches around it. So, we were sitting there, playing cards and having drinks, all that. Then, I thought I'd cheat a little, so I stuck a couple of cards up my sleeve. So, Horace Garrus noticed and went nuts, yelling and shaking his fist in the air. Long story short, he smashed that table to bits. We were all laughing. And then I looked down at the rock and saw it, a circular pattern. We all got to thinking, is this a portal maybe, or some force field marker? I suggest we all meet up there after work tomorrow, at about 5 p.m., and take a gander. What do you say?
So we have some discussion from a few characters we're going to meet later in the game. But for now we have to find a way to disable the force field. And we'll go to the door. Your hand jerks involuntarily, like a magnet, and touches something cool.
Cyrus.
Cyrus?
Cyrus from Chimera.
Again. How do they know? First the sword, and now this slab, too. Very suspicious.
People would do well to stay away from magic, or they'll once again pay in blood.
What is this mirage?
So who do you think may have stolen them? Mr. Timms?
No, he'd have no reason to. He already has access to all the materials as part of his job.
But it can't be that new guy either. As far as I know, he has no idea about any of this. Oh, here comes Cyrus.
Okay, so I want to tell them about the voice, but I'm more curious about what they were discussing.
No idea. What's it about?
It's about our latest designs. Known only to a handful of people, making you a potential suspect. Well, Cyrus, congrats on your first successfully completed task. This is for you, Cyrus. I hope our latest creation will protect you, if need be. Impulse always generously compensates its collaborators, and now you should definitely be going home. Mr. Greek will walk you to the cab.
I'll see you tomorrow then. Should I come at 8 a.m.?
Glad you asked. Now that you've done some work for us, let's make it 1 p.m. tomorrow. You'll start your workday in the afternoon.
Now I am curious about what the discussion was, so I'm going to quiz my new friend.
What were they talking about just now?
Some components have gone missing from the lab. Is it true you woke up in Knox's office? I overheard something, but it sounded odd.
Honesty seems to be the best policy. We may be able to exchange some information, especially if we're going to be working together.
You should have heard him when he saw me.
It's hard to imagine. He's always so unperturbed.
He's totally dispassionate.
Just be careful while we're still on the grounds. So, you'll be working here too, huh? Which job?
I don't know yet. I was told to come back tomorrow.
They'll probably set you up in the lab to run all kinds of tests and experiments. You'll join the ranks of those elite employees who know a lot and say little. Here's your ride. The corporation's picking up the tab. See you tomorrow.
Hey, a free ride. I'll take it.
Thanks. See you tomorrow. 24 Park Street, please.
24 Park Street it is. And here we are.
Already?
Well, yes. Micropolis is a small town. Everything is close by.
Awesome. I guess I live nearby then.
Who's that? I don't know you. We haven't met, have we? So you just went off somewhere with your pals, not saying a word and leaving the front door open? No note? And then there's a fire at our neighbour's. What was I supposed to think? Well, nothing to say? When will you start thinking of others and not just yourself? You're just like a little kid. And don't start telling me you're 23 and all grown up. I've heard it all before. Spare me your excuses. Next time, just tell me where you're going, or you'll be sleeping outside.
Uh-huh.
Did you at least find what you were looking for?
I sure did. You're the best auntie in the whole world.
Oh, you little toady. You'll get yours yet.
So that is the first chapter of Ved, and we can see the decisions we made. And this is where the branching narrative and the multiple endings come in. Based on our decisions, we will get different parts of the story. We'll make different friends. We may even get a love interest and also make some enemies as well. But I'm going to leave it here. I think that's enough of the game to give you a bit of an idea on whether you want to pick it up yourself. The narrative and the story is a little bit dry at the start of the game. The voice acting is a little bit hit and miss, but I recommend you stick with it. The story does get better as you go further into the game, and the turn-based combat is surprisingly strategic, making clever use of positioning and different abilities. As you can see, a really clever play is needed to beat some of the tougher enemies in the game. So definitely check this out if you're a fan of turn-based combat, and if you like the visual novel feel of the game. The artwork is fantastic, and despite the little issues in the game, I've really been enjoying it, and I do recommend you try it out if this is the sort of game that you enjoy. So hopefully you liked the video. Leave me a like, leave me a subscribe, let me know what you think in the comments, and hopefully you'll join me next time when we check out another indie game. Until then, Skill Incarnate, out.